Well, here we are 3 days later. Lights are back on. So as it turns out, after driving for 3 days back and forth to work, it's probably a good, I don't know, 150 miles now, the light comes back on. Lo and behold, I get home, check the oil. The oil is not even touching the dipstick. So here I am, late night before work tomorrow. So the same code, P3497, I believe, and then P3400, both popped up this time. All right, perfect. 1.5 plus 1.5, that's 3 quarts I just put in. Now, if memory serves me correct, the crankcase volume here is 4 quarts. So I was only running 1 quart on this engine for who knows how long. All right, so we are at cruising speed, very much so at operating temperature. Eco lights on. All right, so I'm sitting here at the gas station filling up the tank of this Honda, and I just came up with this idea. I'm gonna add a little wrinkle to this VCM video. What I'm gonna do the next couple weeks is I'm gonna track the gas mileage of this Honda. I'm gonna drive it normally like we normally do, and I'm gonna really see if VCM really saves gas mileage as Honda originally intended before I shut down VCM with the muzzler. It's kind of driving me crazy because the muzzler is just sitting at home. It's just waiting for me to install it, and yeah, I'll have to wait a couple weeks down the road before I install that. I'm gonna run a couple tanks, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 tanks just as a sample size, and then we'll install the muzzler. And I'm gonna do this the old school way by tracking the trip per tank, and then getting the quantity of fuel from the pump itself. All right, pulling up to the gas station. This is the first tank. All right, first tank. 305 miles. We're gonna reset it for the second tank. All right, this will be the second tank. Not quite an empty, but we're gonna fill up 251.8. Now, why we are doing this S-VCM muzzler modification is to eliminate what Honda was trying to do, trying to deactivate 3 out of your 6 cylinders, 2 out of your 6 cylinders, whatever it is, in order to save that little bit of gas mileage. Now, I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather pay the little bit extra, but we are doing our little scientific test here, but only with a small sample size. As you could see, I've already done 2 gas tanks. I kept track of gas mileage, and I'm also going to calculate the gas mileage of 2 gas tanks after the VCM muzzler. Now, the big reasons why I am installing this is really the longevity of the engine. I want to make sure the oil consumption doesn't happen anymore or minimize it, and also premature engine mount wear. Because what can happen is when you have that shudder, the engine kind of rocks back and forth a little bit, and that can accelerate your engine mount wear. And if you're not sure whether or not you have VCM on your Honda, just take a look right there. Alright guys, it is time to install the S-VCM harness. S-VCM also sends instructions, so you can refer to that if needed, but it's pretty basic and pretty straightforward. Alright, to better visualize the coolant temperature sensor, this is your upper radiator hose right here that goes and attaches to your radiator. And right on top of it is the coolant temperature sensor. We're going to go ahead and disconnect that harness right there. And this is what it looks like zoomed out. This is your engine right here looking from the front. It's kind of tricky to get in here. Try both left and right hands. We finally got it. There it is. Let's get that in focus. There it is. And there is the sensor down there. All right, here is the bag that the S-VCM comes in. It also comes with 3 zip ties. And then this end, the remaining end, will attach down in the sensor. They recommend using the zip ties and zip tying all this together. And then this end right here just attaches to your battery positive post. This is a 10mm nut. And really with this, you just want it to be as clean as possible. You don't have to, but your choice. Alright, so this is what it looks like after the install. You can hardly tell. Now how S-VCM works, or any other muzzler works, is it tricks your car engine computer, your PCM or whatever you want to call it, into thinking that it never reaches full operating temperature, when in fact it really is. It really is operating temperature. It's just the sensory input, the reading, is just going to read a tad low. Alright guys, we are heading to the gas station. This will mark the first fuel refill after the installation of the S-VCM. Alright, let's see how many miles on that one. 326.1, and we're gonna reset it for the next tank.
Recording started.
All right guys, this is the second and the last fuel tank we're gonna use to calculate Now I'm gonna add this little piece. I can already tell the engine, the transmission, that shutter is not there. I mean, it's amazing. Again, I'm at normal operating temperature already, so VCM should be kicking on normally as Honda intended, but this is how the engine or the car should have been running ever since we bought it. And honestly, I bet you most of you out there, just like me, thought the shutter was normal, just kind of ignored it after so many thousand miles. But this is how the car should be running. I'm pretty stoked, and I am not paid or sponsored to say any of this. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.